everyone. So today's video is the long-awaited, long-edited, long-announced, and just like long-changed 60K fan art request video. In this video, I'm going to be drawing all the fan art requests that you guys commented on my community post from a couple months ago. I think it was 3 months ago when I announced I was gonna do this video. It took me 3 months to make this. But I wasn't even like making it. Most of the time I was procrastinating and, you know, doing everything but this video. Anyways, I'd like to say a very sincere thank you to everyone who subscribed and, you know, watches and comments on my videos. It means so much to me. I really love making YouTube art videos, but I haven't in a while because my life has been just like super hectic and I honestly needed a break. But yeah, now that I'm back for real this time. Now that I'm back on YouTube, I have a ton of videos planned, including a sketchbook tour, because as you can see, the sketchbook is all full now. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I'm refilming this intro. This video was actually filmed 2 weeks ago, like it was finished filming 2 weeks ago. And yeah, the old intro from a month ago just made no sense. So I thought it'd just be quicker and easier to watch if I just filmed a new intro. But yeah, basically I filled 4 spreads in my sketchbook, 8 pages total. It was crazy. And I think I drew 21 characters, but I'll recount and update on that. All right, so here's where the sketching actually starts finally for this video. I realized, huge coincidence, I did not mean to do this, but I'm actually wearing the exact same hoodie and have the exact, well, like similar black nail polish as I did when I was sketching this a month ago. So that was unintentional, but it's pretty funny. I don't know. Anyways, the first character I'm drawing is Crowley from Good Omens here. I'll put the comment that requested it on the screen for each character request that I draw throughout this video. Now, I did a really similar thing last fall for 40K subscribers, where I basically drew a bunch of fan art requests, and that video was super fun. Now, for this video, I plan to do it differently. I plan to do all the sketching first for all 8 pages, which again was absolutely insane. So yeah, I did all the sketching first, all in one go. That way it's just like, I don't know, it was just easier because like sketching is the fun and fast part for me personally. And so after I'm done all the sketching, I was able to just suffer in peace with the coloring. And I suffered so hard. But yeah, there is, what's her name? Someone from Spirited Away. I forget the name and it's so disgraceful. And underneath her, I'm drawing Gandalf the Grey. Yeah, I love Gandalf. It was nice drawing him again. Now, as fun as this video was, I did want to change from the 40K video in the sense that I didn't want to kill myself like I did for the 40K video. The 40K video, I set the standard so high that like I will never make a video like that again, probably. Oh my god, I colored every single character. Like every single character was fully colored. Everything was so like, I try to make every single character perfect, right? And I used so many different mediums and gouache and this and that. And yeah, for this video, I knew from the start, like I just want to have a chill fan art video. I don't want to hate it by the end of it. I wanted to just relax, draw a bunch of cool characters. Some of them, I wanted them to remain pencil sketches. Like this character here that I'm drawing, again, I forget her name. Names are my weakness. This is so unprofessional. But yeah, names are my weakness. And so I forget this girl's name. But she's from Lord of the Rings and I love her. Obviously not enough, but yeah. Anyways, this girl here, I don't color her. I leave her as a cool pencil sketch and I like it like that, you know? It gives a nice vibe for the sketchbook. I like the contrast between like colored characters and just like pencil characters. So yeah. Anyways, as you may have noticed, there's a little change of scenery here. I'm on a different table and yeah, I invited 2 of my friends over to sketch with and have fun and whatnot. And yeah, it was just a really nice change of pace. It kept the whole thing like relaxed and fun, I guess. that's the vibe I'm going for this video. Just like relaxed, casual chaos. Like it's still really crazy filling 8 pages, but at least like I had fun doing it, and there was a lot less stress than there could have been if I tried to make everything perfect and, you know, like color every single character with gouache or a marker or this or that. So yeah, I'm glad I did this. And what helped me keep it casual was actually sketching every single one of them first, because I sketched every one of them with pencil. Like Kaz here, which I forgot to announce. I'm drawing Kaz on screen here, and one of the 2 friends who's sketching with me also drew Kaz, so that was pretty nice. Anyways, as I was saying earlier, drawing every single character all in one go with pencil, it stopped me from needing to color every single one of them. Like I was able to decide at the end when looking at the big picture which one I wanted to color and which I just wanted to leave as a sketch. Now on screen here, I'm drawing Ahsoka Tano, but unfortunately the angle of the camera is really bad, and so the entire lower half, or most of the lower half, is off camera. So sorry about that. As you could probably tell from the footage here, I struggled so much with Ahsoka's face, and I think it was mainly because I was drawing in like a smaller scale than I was used to. Like right now her head looks way too big for her body. And the scary part is, I don't know if I fixed it or not. Hopefully I fixed it, because it looks a bit bad. It looks a bit questionable right now. Okay, yeah, here I erase the whole thing and just make it tinier. It's so hard drawing tiny faces, at least in my opinion, for me personally, because you have to like simplify the eye shape and the nose and everything. And yeah, that's Ahsoka done. Now for this next page, I plan to color using markers. So this character here, I drew him, wait, who is this character? Oh yeah, this is Spamton, I think. Anyways, this guy here, I wanted to color him with markers. I knew I'd be tired of watercolors, and so I wanted to switch it up and do markers and watercolors in this video. Anyways, I planned for this guy to be a cutout because I have limited space in the sketchbook. It's an A5 size, so the pages are pretty small. But yeah, I wanted to do as many characters as possible, so cutouts was the way to go. I would just like stick them on top of things, and yeah. Now, the order of where I put the cutouts, so like the girl from the first page, who I still don't know the name of, and this guy, that all changes, which I'll show later on in the video. But for now, Spamton was planned to be like right there with Ahsoka and Kaz. It's very mismatched, but yeah. Also, I started drawing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles over here. I love that show. They look so cute. And it was really fun drawing turtles. Nice change from humans. But yeah, these guys were planned to be colored with markers. And because of that, the page after it had to all be cutouts because the markers bleed through the paper. So yeah, I'll explain all that later. But yeah, there's the gang. They look pretty funny, or not funny, cute, cool. It's a nice change of style and pace. So yeah. Also up here on top of them, I draw a very highly requested as in I've seen the comment a lot and I thought it was a cute idea, but it was human version of SpongeBob and what's the other guy? Patrick and SpongeBob. This is gonna be super controversial, but I've never watched a single full episode of SpongeBob in my life. Maybe I've seen like clips of it in Arabic because we used to watch like Space Tune, an Arabic program thingy with a bunch of shows. Anyways, I drew SpongeBob, human SpongeBob with his 5 fingers sticking out, and then I drew Patrick with a sign saying the number 10. And the reason I did that is because this is the point in my sketchbook where there was 10 pages left only, which is pretty exciting. So yeah, I just wanted to do something cute to like commemorate that. Anyways, I hope I did human SpongeBob and Patrick justice. I wanted to draw them as like little kids because, I don't know, they're just so cute. I wanted to retain some of the cuteness. But yeah, here I'm drawing this guy. Again, I have no idea what the name is. I don't know how I just blanked out. Like I had to like search all these names at one point. Anyways, I'm drawing this guy from My Hero Academia, the Hawk guy. Yeah, Hawk. That's his hero name, I think. I'm drawing him again on like a cutout piece of paper because he was initially going to be on the other side of the page where the marker is. So like the marker was gonna bleed through and I was just gonna like paste this on top of it. So yeah, it worked out. He ended up being on a completely different page, but I won't spoil which page I end up sticking him on. Anyways, the next character I draw is the Fire Princess from Adventure Time. I went through a huge Adventure Time phase, I think in 2021, like winter 2021. It was great. I love Adventure Time. I still want to like find the time one day to finish the series because it's so cute but cool, I could go on for ages. But yeah, I feel like I didn't do the Fire Princess justice. I don't know, maybe I'm just being a negative Nancy, but I don't like how she turned out. I feel like if I had the time and energy, like if I wasn't doing 20 characters, 8 pages in one go, I would have been able to draw her in like a realistic style-ish. And yeah, that would have been fun. Anyways, I had to keep like reminding myself throughout this that like I could always draw these characters again. Like, and I feel like that was a healthy thing to think because sometimes I feel like you can only draw a character once and it has to be like the best thing ever. And that's just so detrimental to like how I draw and is one of the reasons why it's so hard for me to do fan art because I always feel like it has to be perfect first try or like I can't draw a character again another time. It's really hard for me to like repeat draw characters. It's very rare for that to happen. But yeah, this whole experience taught me that like it's okay to just sketch characters out and, you know, have fun with it. It doesn't have to be like a huge thing. It can just be a casual sketch in varying styles, you know. I don't know if I'm explaining myself right here. But yeah, anyways, I'm rambling a bit, which is good. This video is 42 minutes long. I kind of need to ramble. Yeah, that was Severus Snape. Severus Snape just got completely neglected. He's my favorite Harry Potter character. And I never properly drew him because I just put so much pressure on myself. And then I drew Puss in Boots as a joke. So he was just like super tiny and cute, but I'm glad I drew him. It was fun. Anyways, next page. I think this is the last spread, finally. This spread is, I think, my favorite. I'm not sure though, because the first spread, I like how I colored it, but this spread was like, I love the characters on it. And I love how I drew the characters. I was really happy. A lot of these characters on the fourth spread remain pencil sketches, which was great. I was just really happy with how the pencil looked. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I made a bigger effort. I can't speak. I can barely speak. Anyways, I put a greater effort composition-wise and pose-wise for this page. Like Zoro here, Zoro gave me so much happiness. I love drawing him. I would have never drawn him on my own. So like, thank you so much for suggesting Zoro. He's a character that I always knew I wanted to draw, but I never would have voluntarily drawn him without the extra push, which I needed. I need the extra push sometimes. Again, it's the whole stupid mentality that like, it has to be perfect or like this fan art thing has to be the most amazing Zoro drawing to ever exist, and it's so silly. It holds me back so much. So this was a great exercise, just like the sheer volume of characters I had to pump out and the fact that I was filling 8 pages in one go. It was great. I really enjoyed it overall. It was a great experience. And like looking back at the footage, like I see how I had to like pace myself and, you know, just draw some characters super simple. Like look at Puss in Boots. He's literally just like an inch long, but I'm sure he has a great personality. Anyways, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Moving on. This is Jason Todd, also known as Red Hood. One of the few characters that I actually know the name of. Yeah, I went through a really long obsession with Batman comics. I never read any of the Red Hood or like Robin or Batgirl specific comics. Yeah, I mostly just read like Batman comics, the detective ones, and like a couple other series. I also read a couple like Justice League comics. They were amazing. I really want to get back into that obsession. It was super fun. And yeah, now that I have time, I feel like I should get back into reading and, you know, comics in general. I love reading comics specifically because like the art is usually incredible and super inspiring, especially superhero comics like Iron Man as well. I like Iron Man and Batman specifically, but the poses are so good and it's a great way to learn how to pose, especially like fighting poses and cool stuff like that. Anyways, here next to Jason Todd is Tim Drake, also known as Red Robin. I actually really liked drawing them together, like as interacting characters. Drawing like groups of 2 or more characters together is honestly one of my weaknesses. Like I know I did the Ninja Turtles and like SpongeBob and Patrick, but it wasn't in like a hyper detailed style like this over here. So yeah, this was a fun experience. I'm glad I got both of these characters as suggestions. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention in this video, and it's a bit late to mention it, but I'll mention it anyways. There was 149 requests. So if I was unable to do yours, I'm so sorry. I tried my best to do as much as I can, and I'll definitely be doing a video like this again in the future, hopefully. Anyways, on screen, I kind of moved on to the previous page again, and here I'm drawing the 10th Doctor on a cutout thing. I was really happy to see this request because I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, especially the 10th Doctor. I don't know, I just really like how David Tennant played the character. I don't mind the next Doctor, like the 11th, he's also pretty fun. But the 10th will always be my favorite, I feel. Anyways, there's Mish Mish sitting on my lap. He's such a nice, like, he's such a polite boy. Like, he just sits there and watches me draw and, like, enjoys it. He even sleeps sometimes. Zeekoo could never do that. Zeekoo's my other cat. He's the older Siamese one. But yeah, he could never just sit and watch me draw. I guess he's a busy guy, you know? He has a life of his own now. Anyways, that's enough about my cats. Here I'm drawing Bucky Barnes, also known as the Winter Soldier. Earlier though, I was about to draw Gwen from Into the Spider-Verse. I don't know if you guys were able to catch that. But yeah, I wanted to draw a character that I've never drawn, so that's why I chose the Winter Soldier instead. Honestly, one of the things I really want to do one day when I have energy for it is to do a Marvel fan art video where I draw like a bunch of characters that I already drew, but also a bunch of new ones. Anyways, here is when the coloring process begins. Now, I used some Crayola Super Tips to block in the colors for the bubble text, and then I just used Prismacolor pencils on top. Crayola Super Tips are really fun to use for blocking in color. I really need to grab them more often. I make the mistake of just like letting them sit there sometimes. So yeah, here I'm just drawing some random stars. My motto in life is like, when in doubt, when there's blank space in your sketchbook, just draw a bunch of stars. And it takes care of like all the stress. Anyways, I started off this illustration up here with watercolors. I'm using the watercolors from my previous video because I actually really like the vibrancy. And even though the palette I put them in is so stupidly big, I still really like them. I'm thinking of trying to find a way to move them to a smaller palette, but for now, I'm just using them in that palette. Anyways, here I use gouache because I thought I was gonna go all fancy and use gouache to color this thing, but you'll see in a bit. Sorry about my head, by the way. This is so annoying. My head is just like blocking everything and putting the camera out of focus. Anyways, here I give up on the gouache and I go back to watercolors because I realize like I don't have the patience or the time or the energy to do everything in gouache. Now, again, I'm really sorry about my head. I didn't realize the footage was this bad. Here it finally gets better. But yeah, I switched to color pencil and watercolor because that's my comfort zone and it's also just like a really fast process. Now, I forgot to say the name of the watercolors. I kind of just referred to them as the watercolors from last video. But yeah, these are the Paul Rubens artist grade watercolors. So they're supposed to be artist grade, not student grade. and I'm not an expert, but I definitely feel the difference from their student grade ones. Like, it may not be a fair comparison because I only have the cake version, like the dried up version of the student grade, not the tubed version. But I definitely see a difference in saturation and like pigment quality. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on the Paul Rubens watercolors. Yeah, that's it. I ran out of things to say. That's one of 20 sketches colored. Anyways, now that I'm done with that, I started lining Gandalf the Grey. I leave him as just like a lined artwork. So like I do the line art with this really dark brown sepia or sepia. I like the sound of sepia better, but I know it's sepia, or at least I think it's sepia. Anyways, I decided to end my suffering and do the line art for Crowley in one shot. I really hate line art. Like, line art gives me anger issues. So I just wanted to get rid of it for this page. Like, I feel like my line art is always just super messy. I don't really pay attention to like line width variation and stuff like that. I wish I was better at it. Like, I wish I had more patience for that sort of thing, but it's okay. Anyways, here I'm painting Crowley, and I started off with a really ugly red circle that clashed with his hair. I turned that black-ish, and honestly, I like how the red bled into the wings. That was purely accidental, but like the black of the wings has a pinkish, reddish tint to it, which honestly I really liked. So yeah. Also, doing the different shades of black for his suit and pants and wings was like pretty hard because I wanted them to still like stand out from each other. So for that, I relied on like shadows. Oh, and here's when I decided that the hot guy was going to be on this page. I don't know, the shape was just better. Like it was smaller than the girl, who I still do not know the name of. The girl from Lord of the Rings, the one who slays that monster. I swear I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. I'm just bad with names. I even watched My Hero Academia, and yet I still don't know this guy's name. Anyways, Hawkeye. I'm coloring him here, and I'm putting him here because it's a small enough square that the rest of the page still shows. Like, I'm not covering an entire character with him. Yeah, it just fit. It just fit nicely. And I like how the yellow looks with the green and purple. It's like one of my favorite color schemes. Earth green, orangey yellow, and purple. I love that. Now, on to the next page. I don't think anything significant happens in the coloring of this page, so I'm gonna take it as an opportunity to talk about my plans for this channel, which I've been neglecting for months. I have a lot of plans for this summer, but I don't know how many of them are going to be like born to life, and I don't want to bring anyone's hopes up just to like have them crashing down. Anyways, I have no summer courses because I'm done with university, thank God. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I'm done. I graduated. I was so worried I wasn't gonna graduate. I thought like, oh, for sure, this last exam I failed. I even like emailed the professor for the first time, and I was like, hey, did I fail the final exam? And he was like, no, you didn't. And I still didn't believe him. I was still like, I was certain I failed my last course, and I was gonna be like embarrassed for life. Anyways, I passed the last course, I graduated, and I'm very, very happy to be done. So I have no school this summer. I have no work because I haven't applied for any jobs yet. I'm planning on just giving myself this summer as a break before I become a corporate slave for life. Yeah, I'm just gonna be a slave for YouTube this summer. That's my plan, that's my goal. Anyways, because of that, I do have plans and I want to like push myself to achieve them, but in a healthy way, in a way that doesn't like make me burn out and like hate art. So one of the main things that I want to do this summer is open my art shop finally. Like I'm planning a new way of selling prints and stickers where I don't do a print on demand service. I bought a printer months ago and I want to use that printer to make my own prints and then just bulk order stickers. And that way I ship from my home and there's no like, I don't lose like 30% of profit or 40% of profit. I think it was even higher than that. I think I was losing like so much profit and so that I had to raise the prices, but that wasn't like fair to everyone trying to get like a Zeekoo sticker. A sticker of my cat isn't worth $8. It should be like, well, $8 with shipping. It should be $4 with shipping, or $5 maximum. Anyways, I went off at a tangent. One of my goals is to open the art shop this summer. It's going to take a lot of time. It's probably only going to be opened in like early September or late August if I actually like stick to my plan and stuff. Work hard. It's going to take a lot of hard work. And then my second goal is to post like once every week. And I want to like casually hold myself to that plan. I don't want to force it. I just want to have it happen if I can. Now for June, I think it's possible because I'm going to post this video. The next video is going to be either a sketchbook tour because I'm done my sketchbook, or it's going to be like a starting my new sketchbook video, which is going to be fun. And yeah, there's a sketchbook tour, there's a new sketchbook. There's so many cool things going on. I'm excited to share. Yeah, I should post 4 times a month or 3 times a month. It's totally fine if it's only 3 times. Another one of my goals for this summer, but it doesn't really matter if it doesn't happen, is to do more like large artworks. I really like working in sketchbooks, and so for my next sketchbook, I'm planning on getting it in a really large size. So if I want to sketch, I can sketch in the sketchbook. But if I want to make like a large, cool artwork thingy that I turn into a print, I can also do it in my sketchbook because I just like, it's so comfortable working in my sketchbook. And I don't know, I like making fancy artworks in my sketchbook sometimes, but it has to be large scale. I want to challenge myself and start a large scale sketchbook this summer. I'm so tired of small scale stuff, and I know it's going to be hard, but I don't have any school, I don't have any distractions that would make it hectic to do a large scale sketchbook. I'm thinking of getting well, actually, I don't want to spoil the brand, but I'm thinking of getting like an A4 size and giving A4 like a second chance. Anyways, that's it for my goals for the summer, or like the rest of the summer. On screen here, sorry, kind of a change of topic, but on screen here, I'm coloring everything with Ohuhu markers. And this was a really nice break from watercolors because markers is so much faster paced, at least in my experience it is. And yeah, I just combine it with clear pencils and, you know, it looked pretty cute. Anyways, I have to be honest, I don't really like how SpongeBob himself turned out. Like, I actually like how Patrick turned out more than like SpongeBob. And yeah, the final shadows though, so like the Ninja Turtles were giving me the ick for a bit. Like how they were looking, I don't know, it was bothering me. But adding the colored pencils like in that final stage there really saved it in my opinion. But yeah, here on screen right now, I'm deciding and basically suffering, trying to see like which thing's going where. And I decided on putting Doctor Who there, and then the girl who shall not be named, the Fire Princess, and I think Puss in Boots on that page. This page that I'm scrapbooking right here. So now I feel like you could see what I mean by like the marker bleeding, and that's why all these drawings are cutouts. Like I planned in advance for that because I knew I really wanted to use markers. So here we have the Fire Princess. I'm not sure if the girl who has no name is gonna stay there or not. I think she does. Wait, let me open my sketchbook and check real quick. Let's see. Oh yeah, she is here. She stays there. It's just the 2 of them on this page. Yeah, I had to find a solution for the spam tin, and Puss in Boots gets nuked. He's in this random page in my sketchbook right now. I might put a photo because I need to stop being lazy with editing. I'm gonna take a photo and I'm gonna put it on the screen of where Puss in Boots is right now, just as proof that I really did keep him. I didn't just like lie and throw him in the trash. But yeah, he's on this random page next to a popcorn thing, and he's thriving. He fits right in. I didn't want to just like squeeze him for no reason into one of these pages, especially if it didn't match. I still wanted my sketchbook to look decent, you know? But yeah, anyways, overall, I feel like this is how I normally work in my sketchbook. For once, I'm finally just being like relaxed here. You know, not everything has to be fully colored, not everything has to be perfect. Like, yeah, I like how these pages turned out, but they're not like unrealistic, performative sketchbook pages. At least that's what I call them in my head. Sometimes I do performative sketchbook pages, and that's okay. I'm not shaming anyone for doing performative stuff on YouTube. They're very enjoyable to watch. But I feel like in this video, it's pretty realistic. It's still a bit more performative than I normally would go for because, like, again, I'm doing these requests and I really want to do the best I can as like a thank you for 60K and also just like for user enjoyment. I don't know why I said user. That is weird. Anyways, I mean like for viewer enjoyment, not user. My God. I'm 100% blaming my web development course for that. I don't know what's going on in my brain right now. But yeah, anyways, here I'm painting Severus Snape. I made the background one of my like least favorite shades of green, but then I saved it with the yellow. Orange and green mix so well together. Like if you guys are trying to get earthy greens, but they're not earthy enough, add orange to the green and it's just like, it's so good. It turns it brown almost. You can also add red as well, but red makes it more brown. Orange, like it's the red, but it already has yellow in it. So it works out. Anyways, this guy, Severus Snape, was really easy to color because it's just all black. So it's super fast. But also, I don't love how he turned out. I just like casually like. By the way, I have an addiction to the word casual right now. It's just a phase. I'll get over it eventually. But for now, I just like throw in the word casual or casually everywhere. And it's a problem and I'm working on it. So don't worry. Now, next page or next spread. On this spread, I only color one character. Now, the reason for this isn't because I didn't want to color any other characters. No, there were actually a couple I wanted to color, like Echo and I really did not want to color the two Batman characters. So Red Robin and Red Hood. I think it's Red Robin. I hope so. That would be embarrassing if it isn't. I really wanted to color all of them, to be honest, because I like how the sketches turned out. But I ended up only coloring Zorro because I had a plane ride 2 hours from this point. So like here I am coloring a page for a YouTube video and 2 to 4 hours later was a plane ride to Egypt. I definitely had my priorities straight throughout the entire week. I didn't have my priorities straight at all. I procrastinated like crazy for this video. Actually, I think all the coloring was done in an all-nighter before my plane ride. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, it was crazy. I went to the airport sleep deprived. I was dying. And then on the airplane, I couldn't sleep because it was so uncomfortable. And on the car ride to Alexandria, because we went to Alexandria, Egypt, and the plane went to Cairo. So on the 2-hour car ride, again, I couldn't sleep. So I stayed awake for like, I think 24 to 30 hours, 36 hours. I don't know. I can't do the math, but I stayed awake for an abnormal amount of time. And then I only had 4 hours of sleep before the next day started because we wanted to have like fun. Anyways, all I'm saying is it was insane. I nearly died making this video and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I kind of left a bunch of these as just pencil sketches, which honestly I feel like happy about. So like there's all these here that are just like remaining pencil sketches, especially on this spread here. I was planning on coloring Echo because I think it would be fun to color him, but I really like how the sketch looks. I like how sketchy it looks, so I'm thinking of just leaving him as is and like putting a varnish spray so it like keeps everything in place. Anyways, thank you all again so much for 60K subscribers, and also for the amazing suggestions. Like, half of these characters, or maybe more than half of these characters, let's say 80% of these characters, I wouldn't have thought of drawing myself. And it was just like, it was super fun. I love the variety, and I love like the randomness of it. So I'm actually heading to Egypt on a trip. I don't know if I mentioned it or not during the voiceover, but my plane is in, 1 second, for 5 hours from now, and I have to voice over and edit. I don't know how it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try my best to get the voiceover done before the plane ride. That way I can edit on the way. Yeah, oh my god, I'm exhausted. I pulled an all-nighter for this video. Hello, it's me from the future again. I had to interrupt myself in the outro because this is the point where everything I say just becomes inaccurate and irrelevant. Like, I go on for ages saying like, oh boohoo, I'm gonna be in Egypt and I won't be able to do like a sketchbook tour immediately, or edit, or I don't know, finish the last pages on camera. Just being super dramatic. In my defense, I was sleep deprived, so I kind of deserve to be dramatic. But anyways, all that is past now. I went to Egypt, came back. It was really, really nice. And yeah, I'm back now. I finished the last pages of my sketchbook, so the next video is 100% gonna be a sketchbook tour. I'm actually fixing like unfinished pages. So I had some tabs. Where did the tabs go? That's one of them. Basically just pages that had mistakes in them and whatnot, or not mistakes, things that were like left blank, entirely blank. There was like 7 pages and I just have 2 more left. Where's the second one? So these 2 red things, pink things, are marking the last 2 thingies that need to be fixed. One of them is just like a half page. One of them is nearly a full page that needs to be touched up. But yeah, it took a lot of maintenance, took a lot of glued in stuff. Like, this thing is huge. It can't even, you have to like press it. Okay, let's see with the band. Yeah, the band can't even do anything at this point. The elastic thing. I'm rambling so bad, but that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it lived up to the expectations. I know it's a little more chill than the 40K fan art request video. That video was crazy. I had so much energy, and this one, it was rushed, unfortunately, but also, in my opinion, it was so much more real. Like, this is how I normally use my sketchbook, and the 40K fan art request video is me on crack. But yeah, that's it. I'm done. I'm done rambling. I'll see you guys in the next video, which is probably gonna be a sketchbook tour. Bye.